Alright, here's an idea for a relatively simple Halloween costume. So basically white shirt, cut a hole in the front, cut a hole in the back, and then you use some fake blood, red paint will work.
If I told you that this exact YouTube channel titled $1 million would turn into the biggest science channel by subscribers on YouTube, would you believe me? If we told Mark Rober that his Halloween costume video would one day be seen by millions of people, would he believe us? This is the fascinating story of an ex-NASA engineer who makes millions and millions of views and subscribers. By uploading 10 times per year? Yes, you heard that absolutely right. Did Mark Rober just get lucky, or is there more to it than meets the eye? What does Mark Rober do differently to excel in the fields of science and gather audiences in the millions? In this video series called Algorithm Hackers, we analyze big creators and pinpoint the factors for their success. If you're interested in growing your own YouTube channel, enjoy a masterclass on Mark Rober. Referencing data from the 4th of July 2023, the Mark Rober YouTube channel just made 115 million video views in the last 30 days, averaging 70,000 new subscribers a week and 300,000 a month. Let that sink in. How is this possible? After studying Mark Rober's content, I can pinpoint the reason of his insane YouTube growth to a simple 4-step formula. Because he discovered a secret strategy that makes him go viral every time. I will break down one of Mark Rober's most successful videos, sitting at around 90 million views to date, to illustrate the formula Mark discovered. Let's get straight to number 1. Let's ignore video titles for a second. Have a look at the thumbnail for this Mark Rober video. Now answer me this question: who would not click? That's the exact reason why Mark achieves insanely high CTRs. CTR stands for click-through rate and is determined by the amount of people that see your video, for example on the homepage, then click on it. I want you to understand how much thought went into this thumbnail. Let's imagine you're scrolling on your homepage searching for a video to watch. This thumbnail will stand out. Always. It just begins by the choice of color. It pops. Hard. 2/3 of the entire screen is just a huge rainbow foam blocking everything. Basically, you can't unsee it, and once you've taken a look at the explosion, you start to realize the motion in the thumbnail, which leads us onto composition. Mark is mastering what he shows on the thumbnail image and what he leaves out. It basically works in the rule of threes. The rule of three says that everything is more satisfying when it appears 3 times. Can you spot the 3 key elements in a thumbnail? Well, first is the explosion, pressuring from right to left from the screen. Second, the arrow, pointing at Mark dangerously close to said explosion. And third, a surprised Mark Rober on his way to escape the scene, clearly underestimating the power of the foam explosion. What feeling is Mark creating with this thumbnail composition? Intrigue. Is the explosion really that big? Can an explosion be so nicely colored? Will Mark be well? You click. Mission complete. The takeaway points here are clear. Mark has set an extremely low barrier of entry. This thumbnail makes language unnecessary. You don't need to understand one word to enjoy a huge explosion. You probably don't even need to read the title because the thumbnail just stands on its own. But if you do, you start reading "World's Largest," confirming you found a banger video to watch. Here are some action points. Make your thumbnail stand alone. Make a low barrier entry to capture the largest possible audience. And most important of them all, deliver instantly.
2, 1.
This is me reclaiming my title for the world's largest and tallest elephant toothpaste experiment.
Mark has mastered the instant delivery. You get what you came for. But other YouTubers like Mr. Beast have also mastered this metric. This question remains: what does Mark do differently? The answer is education. Mark iterates through a simple loop. Value first, education later. Each Mark Rober video is based on this concept: value, education, value, then education. Mark presents his invention, then continues to explain how it was done.
We started our testing right away because I knew blasting a world record amount of foam straight up into the sky wasn't as easy as it might sound. And the part that concerned me the most was picking the right nozzle size, and here's what I mean. These three containers are identical except for the diameter of their outlets. If that diameter is too large, it looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really go that high. Too small, and it will go high, but it just looks like confetti and doesn't look that impressive. But for every container, there is a Goldilocks size diameter opening that gives you that cool laminar looking flow while still going pretty high. And you might think, well, why don't you just take a typical flask that works?
You understand what you learn, which makes every aspect even more enticing. Mark invites you to be a part of the process. The end result just becomes nice to watch. But the journey is where the passion for science and engineering comes in. Mark is able to make his viewers feel the same passion for technology whenever clicking on a video. He points out the many amazing things you are able to build and create with engineering and science skills. He's able to share this passion with a large audience, as no one needs to have previous knowledge in any academic field. Mark is able to make a viewer feel productive by learning something by just watching his videos. This develops an unconscious bias. Every time I watch a Mark Rober video, I learn something new, which results in many returning viewers. Combined with the already strong thumbnail designs, attracting broad viewership, this is a deadly combination. Every Mark Rober video has this friendly, educational, as well as warm and open, inviting feel to it. This is because Mark shows his amazing personality and shares his valuable knowledge. This is reflected by video engagement and comments. World's largest devil's toothpaste explosion sits at nearly 2 million likes and around 90,000 comments. This indicates that the video has generated a lot of positive interaction from viewers. Have a look at the top comments. They mostly reflect the impact the video had on viewers, with expressions of gratitude, enjoyment, and appreciation. Mark is just a cool guy you want to see more of. That's why waiting for the next video will always pay off. Mark's videos are obviously not easy to make. Each and every one of them surely takes hundreds of hours to produce. So ask yourself, is Mark's content imitatable? How hard is it to replicate? Pretty hard. Like, really damn hard. Only a select few would be able to recreate things at this scale. This is the core reason Mark is so successful on YouTube. He has a monopoly. When you want to see the world's largest science-related thing, you watch a Mark Rober video. Broadly accessible thumbnails, valuable information combined with inviting personality is the core reason why Mark Rober beats the algorithm every single time. When speaking of the algorithm, YouTube thinks you could be interested in this video right here. Let's see if they're right.